Here's your village's forecast from the VNN Weather Team, presented by Sunshine Air Conditioning and Electrical. Here's meteorologist Ashley Baylor.
All right, so things haven't been super active in the tropics for us. El Nino has certainly helped out with that because El Nino creates wind shear in the Atlantic basin. And basically that wind shear, it's where the wind and wind speed move at different directions with different levels of the atmosphere. So it doesn't allow these storms to develop. It actually hinders their development. But I will say water temperatures are running a little bit warmer than normal. So it doesn't mean everything is going to be perfectly quiet. So we do have this next tropical wave coming off the coast of Africa. And I will say with our models that go as far out, the American model, otherwise the GFS, and the European model, do have this potentially developing as we get towards the latter part of this week and into the weekend, but the majority have them curving out to sea and potentially just being a fish storm. And then we have this next wave that we are watching, as you can see, just on the eastern side of Bermuda here. That one is going to struggle a little bit. That one may become a tropical depression over the next 48 to 72 hours or so. But at this point, that one really doesn't pose a threat. Of course, our eyes would be on this one coming off the coast of Africa. But so far, it looks like everything is going to be to our benefit, that if it does develop, that it really shouldn't affect any land. But it's always a wait and see situation. All right, so let's talk about your forecast for Tuesday. Let's get you back into the villages and outside of the Atlantic basin. We'll be tracking scattered clouds on Tuesday, isolated showers and thunderstorms likely as we go into the afternoon with temperatures right around 93 degrees. Of course, we know with the high humidity, it's going to feel a few degrees over 100. I think we still have about 3 to 4 weeks to go before dew points will at least start to get under that 70-degree mark. Anytime that dew point gets past 70, that's when it feels muggy, oppressive, and tropical. So I can't wait till I at least start seeing 60s again. All right, as we go into Tuesday night, we'll be under mainly clear skies. Overall, it is going to be a quiet night as temperatures dip down into the mid-70s. As we look ahead to Wednesday, very similar forecast there. Well, partly cloudy skies with some pop-up showers and thunderstorms. Highs will be in the low 90s, but again, that heat index just over 100 degrees. Now, as we look ahead with our 7-day forecast, temperatures are going to stay in the low 90s right through Thursday on into Friday. Of course, those afternoons also feature a chance for some pop-up showers and thunderstorms. And it looks like temperatures are going to stay in the low 90s as we go through Saturday, Sunday, all the way into next Monday. And as I said before, this is what we would call seasonal for this time of year. Seasonal, that's give or take 3 degrees around the average high. And you can see that average high is around 92. But before this month is over, that average high is going to start to drop. It is going to drop back to 91 degrees. So maybe, just maybe, we're going to start to turn a little bit of a corner here where we start to see more lower 90s, then eventually it's the upper 80s, and eventually it's the mid 80s. Maybe this is all wishful thinking because we can't have football season with temperatures in the 90s. We got to at least get some cooler weather in here somewhere. But as I said, we may have about 3 or 4 weeks to go before we can start talking about that. In the meantime, you can always catch our latest forecast updates right here on VNN. Tune your radio to WVLG, and of course you can check us out in the Village's Daily Sun.
Thanks for watching Meteorologist Ashley Baylor, presented by Sunshine Air Conditioning and Electrical.